And moving on into the semi-finals, we have a very unexpected semi-final to bring to you today. It's going to be Bryan Tan against Bryan Cheang. Bryan actually triumphing against the odds, winning the 8 versus 1 seed against Isaac, who had been unbeaten up to that point.
Yeah,
And he who had actually beaten him in Swiss as well.
yeah. So if you cast your memory way back when we first started the tournament, we had Bryan Tan against Ryan Cheang, where Ryan Cheang actually came out on top. And
Yeah, Bryan Tan showed us, basically Bryan Tan wrote a book in a single round on how not to play EV. Starting with the team construction, he's built an EV team without redirection somehow. I'm not sure how you do that.
yeah, but again, Bryan Tan fought Ryan Cheang in the top 8, and somehow Bryan Tan came out on top. So here we are in the semi-finals.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting series of events because both of the players we see here in the semi-finals actually played a repeat of the round 1 Swiss in the top 8.
Hmm.
And Bryan had lost to Isaac in round 1 Swiss, and Bryan Tan had lost to Ryan Cheang in round 1 Swiss as
Yeah,
well.
so both of the Bryans triumphing over their previous.
But once again, I look at Bryan Tan's team and I wonder how on earth did he think this was a good idea. He's got EV with Incineroar, Fake Out, okay. Double Fini, Psych Up, okay. Double Coco, maybe, yes. Crocodile, typical recipient, and Whimsicott. Whimsicott being the niche support mon, but in Bryan Tan's case, it appears to be his only support mon.
And on Bryan Cheang's side, we have the Surge Offense, the Kapu Koko Raichu, backed up by the Garchomp, Katana, Golosipod, and the Braviary. So, going into the match, you think Bryan Cheang is... Well, I'm just going to call him Golosipod Man at this point, so it's easier since both of them have the same name. So you think he's prepared to take on EV Boy? Or is he prepared for the EV setup?
Well, the thing about Surge on Cheang's side of the field is that Surge can very easily overpower EV, especially since someone decided to bring EV without redirection. So there's no Clefairy to save EV this game.
And Golosipod Man decides to bring the Surge Offense right off the bat.
Cheang does lead with the Surge as we pointed out, Tan literally has no other leads other than the Whimsicott EV.
I think a very simple fake out into the Whimsicott and Thunderbolt the EV should
bring a very swift end to this. Yeah, actually I think the EV is forced to
protect.
EV is forced to protect or switch out, and if you fake out you just deny the Whimsicott a turn anyway.
Yes.
So Bryan Tan doesn't even have the Tailwind play available to him.
And breaking the potential sash as well on the Whimsicott.
No, well, we do know what the Whimsicott is carrying, and it's not a sash.
Refresh my memory again. What was it? Oh right, and yep.
Are you gonna see a double protect? No. So fake out going on to Whimsicott as Thunderbolt or Dazzling Gleam. Thunderbolt into the EV slot. Yeah, Bryan Cheang going for the easy safe play while Bryan Tan couldn't really do anything, especially since we don't think his Whimsicott carries protect.
Yeah.
But now EV is forced to switch out since there's nothing he can do. Flink can't stop either of these two, since both Raichu and Takoko outspeed Whimsicott.
If Bryan has the Crocodile at the back though, it should be able to sponge the Thunderbolt relatively
Crucially though, if he knows what Bryan Cheang's Coco's item is, he now knows that Coco is locked into Thunderbolt, which means the Crocodile would be a good switch here, which he does go for.
Raichu and the Tapu Koko not able to...
So he needs to go for Tailwind here, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But will Bryan Cheang switch out his Tapu Koko? No, he doesn't.
Let's go for Tailwind, so least of life for Bryan Tan here. Pretty much the only thing he have gone for. Though I still don't really see a path. Oh, did he double? Oh, he did double into the Crocodile. And, well, I'm not sure how he got here, but Bryan Tan's still not in the best position since he will end up earthquaking his own Whimsicott. And he doesn't really want to switch EV in to risk it to free damage.
Yeah, but at the same time though, Coco and Raichu being threatened by that earthquake should
but
be able to take out
the thing
the
here is that I'm not sure how Bryan Tan invested his Crocodile. I mean, knowing him is probably 252, 254 anyway. Or somehow he managed to find a way to reduce his stats by thinking it's optimal, but we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, but what
Earthquake will take out Raichu at neutral, and Coco at risk of being taken out as well.
And Coco has to locking itself into the Thunderbolt.
No, he could still Thunderbolt do the Whimsicott slot. Though. Yeah, Bryan kind of painting himself into a corner. Bryan Cheang, that is.
Just call him Golosipod Man. And Coco does switch out.
Golosipod Man has less syllables than Bryan Cheang there.
And well, speak of the devil, Golosipod does hit the field here, and we do see a fling.
And why is he wasting his fling when EV's not on the field? I would really like to know.
Does, I guess, stop the Raichu from acting, but
Crocodile's gonna move first and KO the Raichu anyway.
Yeah.
What do you think the Raichu is carrying? Focus Sash?
Who knows? Raichu does go down, Golosipod takes the earthquake really comfortably there.
And now just threaten the Crocodile with the first impression.
Yeah, but being super effective against Dark. I was going to mention liquidation, but Crocodile will be able to fire off another attack in the meantime.
So Bryan Cheang somehow, I feel like he's kind of putting himself in a corner.
Oh, Katana, okay.
Yeah, Katana in a very good position here since Crocodile are unable to use anything other than the Power Trip and the Earthquake. And Power Trip at base 20, he's gonna tickle the Katana.
Yeah, Smart Strike can pick up a KO on the Whimsicott and get a Beast Boost as well. As you pointed out, first impression should do a number on the Crocodile. Unintimidated.
I think it KOs. Oh, but no, Crocodiles on EV teams tend to be bulky. So you should be able to take a first impression, but it can't do anything in return. And somehow Bryan Tan, it looks like Bryan Tan is in a good position, but he needs the EV boost and he's not going to be able to get the EV boost.
At this point, he might.
And if Katana gets a Beast boost, then he's in trouble.
Yeah, I was going to mention that at this point, Bryan Tan might be at risk of losing all his Pokemon to Baton Pass 2 at this point.
No, that's actually true as well. Though, as long as he has Tapu at the back, he can still psych up and the Evo boost on the same turn.
And Crocodile does retreat here.
That looks like Tapu Fini. Oh, Tapu Koko coming in to take the first impression. We should do around 30%.
Not very effective, yep. And, oh, Memento, okay.
Into the Katana, I think. Yep, to the Katana. To at least deprive it of a Beast boost. So at least he does put himself in the position that maybe he's able to get Evo boost off.
Smart Strike,
Strike into the Koko. Oh, his crit here will be funny. No crit though.
At this range though, you have to maybe expect the Aqua Jet to finish off the Koko, maybe?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, actually, if he brings in the EV, because a Crocodile here would intimidate the Colossus.
There's going to be EV come back in, and I don't think he's expecting Aqua Jet, honestly.
Well, Aqua Jet does have a pretty low base power.
Oh, but we see how much first impression does, and
30%.
A resistant first impression is effectively an Aqua Jet. So I think he can still take an Aqua Jet.
Indeed. And
Bryan Tan doesn't know that though. If he survives, it's by pure dumb luck.
EV, I think, will be protecting this turn.
No, he's going to Evo boost. He needs to Evo boost now before the Katana switches out to something that can attack it.
Tailwind is still up?
Yes. So EV is going to be able to Evo boost first. In front of the Katana. The Katana should honestly be switching since Secret Sword does not ignore your own attack drops.
Only ignores the defense boost of your opponent.
And evasiveness. So,
okay, so Tapu Koko.
Do we have connection issues or is Bryan Tan really taking that long?
Oh,
it's going to be Sky Drop into the attack. Reduce Katana. So he wants to take a liquidation, I think.
Will we see Bryan Cheang go for that though? Because maybe Aqua Jet into the Koko was what he went for.
No, if Aqua Jet had gone to Koko, he would have gone off already.
Oh,
the Koko already went for Sky Drop.
Yeah.
And the EV has gone for Evo Boost. So we've seen his moveset is first impression, Aqua Jet, liquidation, and Bug Bite. Did we see Bug Bite?
Yes,
yeah,
we did see Bug Bite earlier.
So I expect a liquidation to come out here. And honestly, it's not a bad play since either way, you're guaranteed a liquidation onto EV this turn, potentially getting a defense drop, and then you're taking another liquidation onto the Crocodile coming in, potentially getting another defense drop.
Well,
so we do see liquidation come out here, I assume.
Yeah.
Yep, liquidation. Oh my goodness, he went into the Tapu Koko.
Yay.
And Bryan Cheang has somehow allowed Bryan Tan to get the Evo boost off.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Oh, but now Bryan Cheang can double into the Crocodile. And there's nothing Bryan Tan can do about it.
I think the play Bryan Tan goes for is he protects the EV.
And lands.
Yeah. Then his Tapu Koko can psych up, I guess.
Goes for Baton Pass immediately. So yeah, he can double into the Crocodile.
Although the Katana, I believe, is like, what, -3 at this point?
Well, there's this thing. This move is called Leaf Blade. And this move called Leaf Blade has a rather unfortunate side effect.
Lowering the Velocipod's attack could be crucial here. And yep, freeing the Katana from the Sky Drop. We'll see if it's enough damage.
Goes for the Leaf Blade here. Oh, here we go. What sound do we hear? Yo, nope, no critical hit sound.
Liquidation, is that enough?
No, not gonna be enough. And in fact, it could activate a barrier on Crocodile's side of the field.
Ooh, yeah, the HP bar is not going down quite fast enough.
And no defense drop either.
So Bryan Tan here could just easily psych up with the Tapu Koko, and Crocodile in a pretty comfortable position.
No, but he can't really Earthquake if he wants to psych up.
That is true. Power Trip though.
Power Trip can only KO one, so...
I think he prioritizes the Goddess World. Katana's at -3, it's at no threat.
Oh, but Leaf Blade can crit.
No, I think he'll take his
And Leaf Blade we saw actually does just about around there actually. Not a nice attack to hit take. Since Bryan Tan probably didn't EV his Crocodile as bulky as he could.
Yeah, so things looking a bit grim for Bryan Cheang here since Bryan Tan has been able to set up his Pokemon with the stat boost.
Yeah, but Bryan Tan has to be careful not to throw this away. Since if he gets too greedy with the psych up, he could get punished. Oh, but Bryan Cheang nearly times out there. And we'll switch out Gola support. Oh yeah, actually interesting because he does have first impression to pin the Crocodile.
Ah, alright. And brings in the Coco.
Are we going to see the psych up though?
If
Power trip into the... Oh no, detect. Oh, now would be time to psych up. A psych up would pretty much seal the game.
Yeah, power trip into the Coco. Going to be not very effective.
It's going to KO.
Ooh, not very effective, but does pick up the KO.
Yeah, that is expected. That's by looking at a 220
And
base.
there
Oh,
we
there
go,
we go.
the
It is
psych
going to be psych up. So yeah, Bryan Cheang kind of throwing that away. He had to go for the Leaf Blade there.
Oof.
But at the same time, even if he had gone for Leaf Blade, he would still be staring down a boosted Coco.
Maybe he Leaf Blade the Coco instead, and then he pins down the Crocodile with the following power trip.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he should have gone for that instead. Because now Bryan Tan just protects his Crocodile and attacks with the double Coco.
First impression could still maybe crit auto with the +2 defense.
No, the problem here is that Crocodile has protect, so
no, I'm talking about the first impression on the Tapu Koko.
I don't think he has. I don't think he can go for that. It's not going to be enough.
Yeah, considering the +2 defense boost, yeah.
Even with a crit. Okay, with a crit will be enough, but that's assuming a crit.
So things not looking too good here.
Somehow. I'm not sure how, but Bryan Tan actually managed to get the evil boost off. See, good things happen when you let your support do his job.
Well,
yeah, we're going to see first impression there, and it's going to be Coco. So yeah, it's just aiming for the... Calling the protect from the Crocodile, not going to get it, and that should be a clean double knockout for Bryan Tan, and we'll be moving on to game 2.
So what opportunities, or how does Bryan Cheang stop the evil?
He has to lock his Coco into anything that's not Thunderbolt.
Dazzling Gleam then?
Yeah, he has to lock it into Dazzling Gleam, I feel. You still do enough damage to the EV before you can move. Since the Musical is never going to be able to Tailwind before the EV can move, because EV can only protect on turn 1, and turn 2 you will get Dazzling Gleam off on the EV before it can Evil Boost, and before Tailwind goes up.
So just a bit of adjustment from Bryan Cheang there. I think what really hurt Bryan Cheang was the fact that he was unable to pivot as much as he was able. He was unable to pivot as much as he would like.
Then the other problem for Bryan Cheang is that he had a very big wasted turn on turn 2.
Yeah.
The
I
switch
was talking about the
double
Volt
electric,
switch and
which
the
was
Thunderbolt.
unnecessary, because you only need the Coco Thunderbolt to be targeted into the EV slot, because Evil Boost has not happened yet, and there's no way in hell EV survives Specs boosted Thunderbolt in terrain.
Definitely.
So he was. I mean, it's natural that to be afraid of EV, but he over. I think he panicked a bit too much. Targeted all his attacks into one slot, and Crocodile was able to punish it.
Yeah, but now that has been brought to his attention, maybe he'll lock himself into something like a Dazzling Gleam, which perhaps could help him more in the long run.
We shall see. Bryan Cheang definitely need to adjust his plays, and
Bryan Tan only has one
Bryan Tan only has one flowchart because he only has one support mon in the... He's unable to bring Incineroar because Raichu outspeeds Incineroar.
In terms of fake out, yeah.
In terms of fake out pressure, and yeah, and Musical just has to... He has to leave Musical EV, he has no other choice.
Even the Tapu Fili also doesn't look very enticing. He's staring down Coco.
Not in front of Surge, yeah.
Yeah, and the Katana as well to put. So
Bryan Cheang just has to recognize Bryan Tan's single flowchart and has to exploit it.
Yeah.
And he just didn't do a good job of it last game. Letting the very easy Crocodile switch in happen.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the very wasted turn 2. And we do see, oh, surprise, Whimsy called EV for Bryan Tan.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have no other leads. And yep, it's going to be Raichu Coco, so I hope Bryan Cheang has learned his lessons from game 1. So we do see that, as we saw in previous sets the power of Bryan Cheang's Specs Tapu Coco. But in game 1, we saw it hurt him because he locked himself into Thunderbolt as Crocodile came in.
Yeah, which Bryan Tan exploited, with the Crocodile.
It's pretty clear that Bryan Tan's going to be bringing these 4, since the Fini is unplayable against Surge, and Incineroar,
so Bryan knows what happened in the previous game. Is he able to translate that into a change here in this game?
I mean, turn 1 shouldn't change anything because you still need to fake out the...
It's crucial to see what move the Tapu Koko chooses to lock itself into. Is the Thunderbolt...
The weirdest part of that is that we also know that Bryan actually carries his... Okay, switch out into Gola Spot here.
Alright.
And I'm kind of fearing the worst for Bryan here.
Okay, withdraws the...
Straight into Crocodile.
I see.
But because the switch happens in second, you will get intimidated onto the Gola Spot, which is going to be important.
Yeah, first impression not gonna do as much as you
Electro
would
Ball?
like.
No, it's gonna be fake out into the Whimsicott. So, okay, somewhat did turn, but oh, Bryan had used Evo Boost. Things could have gone south really, really quickly. Though I suppose Raichu still outspeed and can still fling the EV, so wasn't the worst.
What do you want to do though?
Now, first impression does threaten to do about 50% to Crocodile. And Bryan no longer has the EV threat. And he cannot afford to lose Crocodile since Crocodile is his primary recipient of boost.
I guess Coco wouldn't fare too badly with the boost as well, but
now Raichu just wants to get out and probably gonna Volt Switch into the Whimsicott. The key for Bryan Cheang here is that he cannot afford to let the Memento go off and give Bryan a free Evo boost.
So I think he's going to go for first impression though, but Whimsicott is naturally faster than Golosipod, so the Memento will go off. Okay, brings in the EV once.
No, it's gonna be Coco coming back in. Wanting to eat the first impression.
Oh,
but
this
gonna switch back out into the double Coco. So Bryan showing the switching he showed us in Swiss. Positioning himself fairly well, I think.
Yeah.
So what does his Raichu go for here? Is he gonna fling the Crocodile slot? Oh, he's gonna be Volt Switch into the Whimsicott.
Yeah. Not gonna do a lot of damage, but
Golosipod coming back in? No, Golosipod doesn't want to come back in, I think. What does he have? Katana maybe?
Not sure about Katana against the Tapu Koko here.
Yeah, it's gonna be Golosipod.
Does he really want to stand on the Tapu Koko though?
I mean, it's just a first impression, take the hit and exit. Stage right.
But the hit might potentially kill the Golosipod.
No, he's assault vested.
Oh, alright.
Pretty certain he's assault vested.
Well, first impression I think is neutral against Whimsicott, so there's that.
Yeah, there is that.
And
It will KO, I think.
Yeah, so Whimsicott has to...
And it does outspeed Memento, thanks to his priority.
+2?
2 or 3 actually. It's pretty high. Surprised me.
Alright then, so...
Probably 2, since 3 would be the same as Quick Guard.
Yeah, does he want to switch his Coco though? Bryan Cheang has shown a tendency to make switches. That has gone in his favor. Oh, alright, he's gonna switch again. And
Katana gonna come back in.
Alright.
Do we still first impression to at least shut down the Whimsicott? Yes, here becomes first impression. And we'll take out the Whimsicott in a single hit. Not without the... Oh, it survives! But goes for the fling into the Katana slot.
Yeah.
And Bryan is going for what?
Thunderbolt into the Golosipod, I feel. Oh, Thunderbolt, yeah, it's gonna survive.
Yeah, go exit.
Exit stage, oh, paralyzed, oh well.
Well, it's just gonna hurt the next first impression he tries. And now Raichu, I think? Or Coco? Nah, Coco.
Really though? Raichu, I think would be... Okay.
Raichu could fake out and just... I think... Does fake out kill the Whimsicott? I think it does at this point.
You fake out the Coco and you Smart Strike the Whimsicott, get a Beast Boost
but then you let the Memento go off.
Oh right, you are right.
Yeah, I think Raichu comes in just to fake out the Whimsicott and shut it down for good. Yep, here we go. Yeah, so I think Bryan has found a way around the Whimsicott. Though if Bryan had gone for the Memento, it would be a perfect opportunity for him.
Instead choosing to go for the fling there. Yeah, so Bryan now knows that his first impression is not a surefire.
But looking at the HP, I think fake out is not enough.
Double into the Whimsicott then, a bit risky though.
Yeah, especially since Katana has already been chipped. Oh, actually, that wasn't its own life orb. No, it wasn't. Hasn't attacked yet. That was fling.
Okay, Katana detects here.
Hoping to catch Memento.
Detect fake out, really? Alright.
Is it going to be enough?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Whimsicott, you are very frail.
And Thunderbolt into the protect. Oh, alright. Worked out pretty well for Bryan here.
Yeah, in a sense, since I think EV has to come in here. Does it actually? I think so.
Could be the Crocodile though, because the Tapu Koko is pinning down the Katana, and Crocodile could just sweep with the Earthquake.
Yeah,
to be worried about
including himself.
Well, we do see the EV, so
Raichu's still the fastest thing on the field and not really threatened.
But it's not able to effectively stop the Evo boost from going off as well.
Doesn't he have fling? He has his own fling, right?
I am not really sure, but if he does, would be a good time now to use it.
Yeah, since Z-moves can go through a lot of things but not through flinch.
Katana though is just gonna go down. Oh, Sky Drop into the Raichu, so no fling as well.
Oh, Tailwind is still active. Oh, but then Sacred Sword just kills Eevee. So Bryan Cheang's reaction makes me think he didn't target the Eevee.
Yeah, maybe gone for the Coco instead. Wasn't anticipating Sky Drop.
I think he forgot about Tailwind as well.
Once again, that lovely evolution animation, giving his power to the EV.
This turn is going to be the make or break, I think. I think this, yeah, what we see after this animation. Where does the attack from Katana go into? If it is Sacred Sword, that EV is gone. But I have a feeling he went into the Coco again.
Sacred Sword.
Oh, he does go for Sacred Sword. Into the EV. Evo boost does not matter. He's going to go down to the hit.
Oh, bye-bye EV.
Bryan, what are you doing?
Let's get a beast boost for its troubles, but it's going to be taken
game.
away by the Crocodile.
That's true. Tailwind does run out though.
I don't really think it's over yet. The Crocodile does have potential to sweep because all of Bryan's Pokemon are weak to the Earthquake.
Katana isn't. And you know something that's also weak to Earthquake? The Coco on Bryan's side of the field.
Yeah.
You know something that doesn't have Protect? Bryan Tan's Tapu Coco.
Alright then. Yeah, so the Sky Drop into the Raichu, not really. I mean, maybe he was expecting something like a taunt so that he couldn't really bait them past, but.
Taunt from Raichu? Raichu can't taunt? Look at that face. So cute. I mean, Whimsicott can taunt, but still. Whimsicott is the face of evil.
Well, Crocodile does reveal the Protect here, so.
So he's gonna. I suppose he's trying to bait the obvious Leaf Blade. Though Bryan could just attack the Tapu Koko. Don't know that terrain has run out. Raichu is not going to be moving as fast.
Yeah, Volt Switch. Oh, what do you mean by terrain has run out? Volt Switch is going to change that.
That is true. As Coco will come back in. Or even Golosoport if he wants to. Because now that Crocodile has already protected, next turn he can't stop the first impression.
Yeah, and no pesky intimidates as well. Yeah, he's going to bring in his signature Pokemon here.
Though it's going to have to attack through Paralysis.
Sure
and Leaf Blade into the Tapu Koko. Oh, that looks like a crit. Actually not even.
Life Orb, remember?
It is Life Orb. And it's Beast boosted, yeah.
No, it wasn't. Because of the intimidate, it was
negated,
neutral. So it's neutral Life Orb.
That shouldn't be enough though.
Maybe that speaks volumes about Bryan Tan's Coco spread.
Indeed. He claims to have copied mine, but somehow I feel he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you prefer to err on the side of bulk, really. So we'll be going into a game 3, and Bryan Tan, once his flowchart being disrupted quite heavily, the Sacred Sword.
Gee, I wonder who could have predicted his flowchart going wrong when he only has one flowchart. This isn't the exams, Bryan. Can't just rely on your answer key.
Bryan Cheang showing that he's able to take the game as well. So quite importantly is, I want to say, like, how is Bryan Tan going to adjust? But
he can't.
Can
he only has one. He only has one flowchart. He has to somehow switch around these 4.
Yeah.
There's not much he can do. Tailwind definitely helped him out in that game, but he totally messed up that one turn by sky dropping the Raichu and leaving himself open to the Secret Sword.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, we're a bit apprehensive because maybe Bryan Cheang went for the Leaf Blade onto the Coco, but no.
That's why he did in game 1. That's why we were kind of worried. And Bryan Cheang again has no reason to adjust.
Yeah, and
Scarf Chomp is pretty atrocious against EV, quite honestly.
He has identified that, the crux of the team is the support, which is the Whimsicott. He has gone to lengths to get rid of it before I can, inflict that
Memento is a danger.
I guess he can't really stop the Tailwind unless he doubles in on the first turn, which opens up Evo Boost for EV. So
though now he knows how much damage first impression does to the Whimsicott.
Yeah,
He'll be a bit more wary.
Won't be relying on that as much. So
since Bryan Tan actually had the opportunity to Memento there after he survived the first impression, but went for the fling.
For whatever reason.
I'm sure Bryan Tan deep in his head.
It's a calculated play, as you could say.
As Bryan Tan would say. A fully calculated play.
Alright, game 3 here, so make or break.
Yeah,
at the very least, Bryan will be moving on to the semifinals.
I believe this is the 20. At the very least, this is a $20 game. Being the difference between second and 4th place.
Oh, Bryan decides to bring surprise Whimsicott and EV.
Bryan Tan leading Whimsicott EV. Nani?
Bryan Cheang leading with Tapu Koko Raichu. Masaka.
Wow, what a shock! As both players lead pretty much their only leads options into each other. If Bryan Tan, in general, I probably have laughed my ass off, of course, because that would be a terrible attempt.
Yeah, so fake out from the Raichu, pretty standard play. I mean, Bryan Tan can make.
But Bryan Cheang better be careful about making what he did in game 1.
Okay, he could be ballsy and double into the Whimsicott to try and get rid of it.
He could just fake out Dazzling Gleam, in my opinion.
Yes. The first game, if you recall, I think he made the mistake of going for the Thunderbolt, which beat him in the end because the Crocodile was able to come in and to take that attack very nicely. So yeah, I think we should do a decent amount of chunk to the EV also.
Yeah, here comes Fake Out. Oh, and no protect from the EV. Are we going to see Thunderbolt come out?
No,
oh, it does go for Dazzling Gleam. So Bryan going to get Evo Boost off and going to take a good chunk of damage in the process. But Raichu is still going to be faster than EV next turn.
The Memento though, the Memento. So he has to kind of Memento the...
Raichu.
Maybe does...
He either has a Tailwind Protect or Memento the Raichu. Otherwise, Raichu is just going to Volt Switch into the EV. Well, but EV should hang on with the boost.
I think he's going for the I think he's going for the Protect Tailwind.
Detect Tailwind.
So now that Evo Boost is how does...
Yeah, so Bryan does take the risk of eating a Thunderbolt, and he does gain by Bryan going for the safer play of Dazzling Gleam. But at the same time, Crocodile is still weak to Fairy, so still not the safest of switches in.
As you mentioned, maybe if Raichu is faster, he could go for the Fling, but we expect the Bryan EV to protect as well. So, yeah. Whimsy has to choose now. Does he want to Tailwind or does he want to Memento? Because he can only do one.
I think he has to Tailwind. Because EV is not going to get out of a Beta Pass safely unless the Tailwind comes off.
And even if it goes down, the Tailwind will do wonders into making...
Coco will switch out into the support Katana actually.
Okay.
And are we going to see the Tailwind? We're going to be Protect, yep. So I expect to see Tailwind come off from Music God. And probably a Fling into the EV slot, which will waste the King's Rock. Yep,
yeah.
that's still for Fling into the EV. And
well, Memento into the Katana seems like a solid play now.
And then then you will be banking on banking on the Leaf Blade.
Raichu, not being able to do much in this situation. You expect the Crocodile to come in.
Maybe the better switch would have been into the Raichu switching out. Now maybe I think Raichu switches into Color Support.
Pins down the Crocodile, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, things could just sway because Katana does have that nice, delicious critical hit chance.
Yeah, this game could still swing on their 12.5% chance.
Yeah. And
maybe it's not 12.5% chance.
No Memento coming out from Whimsicott.
Oh, he's going for the Fling.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Bryan going for the Fling here. So,
that could spell trouble
Bryan's
for
staying in with the Raichu, which is not going to be able to hurt the... Well,
okay.
Coco. Though now the Crocodile at the back is kind of useless.
Flings the Raichu, okay.
Well, Leaf Blade Crit would still kill the Coco though. Even if you're not weak to grass. So here we go, here's Leaf Blade. What sound do we hear? Pa pa pa. Okay, no pa 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 now.
Alright then. So...
But Coco not presenting the same threat as Crocodile after the Baton Pass. Might not even be able to KO with a Dazzling Gleam. In fact, I'm pretty sure he doesn't KO with Dazzling Gleam.
Katana does have pretty weak special defense. And
now Memento... Yeah, actually, passing to Crocodile limits Bryan's options a lot.
Yeah, maybe the Crocodile has Psych Up, perhaps?
No, Crocodile can't learn Psych Up.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. So now the Evo Boost is limited to just the Tapu Koko.
Unless he has Fini at the back. That would be a huge change up, and something I don't believe Bryan is capable of.
Whoa.
Oh, maybe he will surprise me. Nope. Why would I be surprised?
The Intimidate is nice for
Doesn't change the fact that Bryan Cheang is still banking on Leaf Blade to crit.
Well, we should see the Katana detects.
Okay, I do not agree with that, I think. Both switch, I think, on the Raichu. Dazzling Gleam, +2.
Should pick up the Raichu, right?
I don't know.
Raichu has pretty weak defenses. So
Coco is not very strong.
Okay.
Yeah, Coco is just not very strong.
Electric Terrain, decent chunk of
damage. And now Golosbot comes in to pin the Crocodile.
First impression? Yeah, first impression. Although
the +2 Thunderbolt will KO the... Okay, Coco comes back in actually.
Okay.
Yeah, actually decent position to be in. Although I think Thunderbolt will just wipe his Coco out.
Leaves himself open to the...
Katana.
Yeah.
Yeah, problem with Crocodile is that without a boost, Crocodile is kind of useless. It's the slowest thing on the field.
Earthquake though is pretty... but I mean...
Really?
At this point, your Tapu Koko has a +2 defense. Maybe
without the Coco, he's doomed. He needs the Coco to save him. Oh, is Eevee coming back in?
Yep.
Gonna be... Here comes Eevee, is gonna save the day with Quick Attack.
Withdraws the Katana, so not wanting that special that attack drop. And Golosbot is switched in.
Now the problem is, can Bryan Cheang's Thunderbolt Coco survive the Thunderbolt?
Oh, goes for the
Golosbot is gone. So first impression is not long, is gone. But Dazzling Gleam comes out. that's not going to do a lot though. Even with the specs, let's take out the EV.
Yeah.
Crocodile will come back in, but now Bryan, and here comes the Super Berry as well.
Still not all is lost though. Raichu can come in with a fresh fake out.
Oh, that's true. And the Crocodile is totally pinned by the specs Dazzling Gleam. So this is gonna be the end game actually. It's gonna be Raichu and Coco against Bryan Tan's Coco.
Does have Whimsicott though, Bryan Tan. Can reset that.
Oh, Whimsicott.
That tailwind or choose the memento.
Interesting positions for both players.
Yes.
EV, well, EV just came in to be sacked there.
Yeah. Did a good job.
Yeah, at least EV looks cute when it goes down.
Katana also very dangerous for Bryan because at this point Coco, I believe Thunderbolt will be able to pick off the KO on that. And Crocodile does come in.
I think Dazzling Gleam picks off the Katana at this range. Yeah, and you don't want to bring in Katana into the obvious Intimidate here.
So,
but now, yeah, as pointed out, you just fake out on Dazzling Gleam again.
Does Bryan Tan's Coco have the Protect?
Can Crocodile survive a Specs Dazzling Gleam? I don't think so.
The answer is definitely a no.
Well, he is bulky though.
I'm honestly more worried.
Oh, but he can't offer himself anyway. Yeah, the Crocodile is actually useless.
Power trip. Super effective on the Raichu.
Actually it's enough to kill, yeah. 20 base is still enough.
Okay, we do see the fake out onto the Coco.
Yeah, there's only option. Specs Dazzling Gleam here. Here we go. Can Crocodile hang on and at least power trip the Raichu? Oh, yeah, no. Bryan Tan does not know how to EV Crocodile.
Whoa. Right, Whimsicott will be the last member on Bryan Tan's team, and
yeah, we see the problem for Bryan Tan. His Coco can't protect, and it's just open to every single shenanigan that Bryan Cheang has.
So does he want to preserve that fake out again? So
I can't believe the Crocodile went down in a single hit. What on earth are you doing with your Crocodile's spread?
Bryan Tan still might pull out a win of this yet.
He's well, the Whimsicott can't do anything other than Memento. Yeah,
Tailwind.
he has to Memento the Coco. Tailwind's useless. The Coco is fastest thing anyway. Tailwind adds no value.
He's trying to recycle fake out, I think.
But Destiny wipes the field right now. Destiny into the Coco. Memento into the Coco, I presume. Yep. So he does call the right target at least. Don't want to Memento the Raichu. Oh goodness. Yeah, the Whimsicott's usefulness has been outlived. Tailwind does nothing for the field position. Does it kill Katana? That's the important question. No, it does not.
Doesn't kill either. So
here comes, but here comes the. Oh, Bryan Cheang wins. Now Katana detects, sacks the Coco. Oh, but now Bryan Tan has the option to not attack.
What do you mean by not attack?
Because you want Katana to waste his detect. At the same time, we're not like giving Raichu a turn to switch in.
I see.
So Bryan Tan cannot attack this turn. If he attacks and brings down the Coco, he loses. he has to waste Katana's detect. He cannot Dazzling Gleam here.
Does he recognize that though?
He cannot afford to attack this turn.
I don't think he'll be able to bring down Katana with another Dazzling Gleam though.
I think it does. Just about. We saw, I think it was 117 down to 57. So it's about 60 damage. Just about.
More or less. Oh, you do see
Katana does detect. Oh, Bryan Tan. If you kill the Coco here, you lose. Oh, he goes for a Dazzling Gleam. I think he sets himself up for he spinned himself. Now Raichu comes in with a fresh fake out. He can't protect. And Katana will end him with a Leaf Blade. Yeah, and that will be game.
Bryan doesn't know restraint. If he sees a kill, he's going to go for it.
Yeah, I think Bryan Tan just played himself. Now fake out Leaf Blade will finish off the Coco. And he can't protect. His play there was to not attack. He had to call. And now he loses. He needs to survive this Leaf Blade. And he's not going to.
Unintimidated, Leaf Blade, Life Orb.
Goodbye.
Will be enough. And Bryan Cheang will be moving to the finals.
Yes. Somehow, I don't understand why Bryan Tan didn't realize that he had to not attack that turn. The Coco had to stay alive. He had to waste the Katana detect. And he had to leave the Coco on the field to Dazzling Gleam for the double kill the next turn. He couldn't afford to give the Raichu a free switch in next to the Katana.
Yeah, I mean, you pick up 2 KOs, Raichu comes in for free, yes, but there is no partner to pick up the KO, and you can just easily close the game from there. But yeah, Bryan sees a kill, he goes for a kill. It's a very simple boy. Yeah,
unfortunately for Bryan, his urge to get a kill too strong for him to handle. Went straight for the Dazzling Gleam, took out the Coco, unfortunately played himself in the process, giving the Raichu a free switch in to finish the game with the Katana. So I guess the problem for Bryan there is that he didn't have any options beyond. He basically had to go for Psych Up onto his own dead slot in order for him to do anything.
How does that work though?
You will fail.
Oh, okay. If it took away all his boost, then well, it's all for naught anyway, so...
Yeah, so that was actually Bryan Dun's only play to win the game. He had to predict the detect would come out and waste a turn.
I guess even with that, if he didn't attack, then Bryan Cheang had the 33% chance to pull off a second detect. Yeah, so it could have come down to that as well, but yeah.
Yeah, but that would have given him the 33% chance. As opposed to walking into a guaranteed loss by going straight for the Dazzling Gleam.
Yeah, well, you could also say one of Bryan Dun's mistakes was that he bitten passed into the Coco, which you could, if you bitten
No,
pass
that
into
was
the
fine
crocodile,
because you risk big damage from the Katana onto the Crocodiles coming in. So that was fine, but he didn't do a good enough job of preserving the Coco. And as pointed out, the win was there. He just had to control himself. Fortunately, control is not a word we typically associate with Bryan Dunn.
yeah, and perhaps maybe if he had like more support options, maybe the Clefairy. He didn't bring Incineroar at all.
Incineroar would have been atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Incineroar's too slow to fake out thanks to the Raichu, and it will just get overwhelmed by Surge.
Yeah,
so he brought the 4 that he needed to bring. He actually played the flowchart fairly well in Game 3, and the win was there, as pointed out. But it's a very unorthodox solution because he basically had to psych up into the empty slot next to him. That was his only play he could have made.
Or you could have just thunderbolted into the Katana, perhaps?
Or he could have thunderbolted the Katana, that's true. But he could not afford to kill the Coco. Fortunately, he walked right into that, and he will go out in top 4. Congratulations to Bryan Cheang, who will have a chance to win the $100 on offer for first place. And, well, that will be it for the semifinals. And we will see you
shortly.
in the finals.